this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you.
Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, and I am doing another Klimt inspired painting and kind of a reproduction of the painting that he did called Goldfish that was done from 1901 to 1902. It was created, and I wanted to do this just because I really enjoyed doing my last one, which was Golden Tears, and it was also Klimt inspired. And so I really wanted to do, I feel like, a series of Klimt inspired, slightly like reproduction type paintings, and show the use of fluid art to kind of help bring them to life. And so with this one, I'm choosing to do pearl cell technique along with some swiping. And as you see me doing here, I'm doing the sketching that I did, and I actually was in a Starbucks when I was sketching this out, and I had some extra time, like I showed you before, where I was out in the park with my last Golden Tears painting. I was doing some of the painting out in the park. This time I was in a Starbucks, and I was getting my rough sketches in of both the women in the Klimt's Goldfish painting, and there, as you can see, the goldfish over there to the left. And yeah, I wanted to show that I was doing my sketching because the sketching parts of this are going to be taped off, and then the pour is going to go over them, over the whole canvas with these two taped off images so that I can paint them out when I'm done with the initial pearl cell pour. Now I'm showing you how I'm mixing my white pearl cell base paint, and I'm doing this based on TSR, like Tina Sacco's recipe, which is GAC 800 and Floetrol, and mixed with the white paint that I'm going to use. And so you see me, it's about 3 parts Floetrol to a little over 1 part GAC 800. And then I'm going to, I just kind of eyeball it. I put like 3 or 4 scoops of the Deco Art Satin Enamels Pure White and the Apple Barrel white paint as well that I'll be using. And I mix all that together, and then probably like a 1.5 parts of water to make this kind of milky consistency. You want it to actually be like milk in the end. When you're done mixing it, it has to be that thin. And so, as you'll see here, I'm putting in all the rest of the ingredients that I've just talked about. But yes, I'll show you at the end of this that it is pretty thin, and as you can see there, I'm having to like stir my satin enamels because you'll see that oily kind of part to the satin enamels. It'll be risen on the top, so you have to mix it well when you open your satin enamels. And so I'm kind of eyeballing how much I'm putting in there, and then I'm going to put my Apple Barrel white paint in there as well. Now, as I said, this is the second Klimt inspired painting that I've done recently. Golden Tears was the one previous to that, and I'll put a link in here and an end card for that. And we did that on our Friday night with friends train of fluid art videos with Tiffany Remine, Cynthia Porter, It's Art by Donna M, Brian's Upper Valley Artistry, and Nate Bright Art. We're all on a train on Fridays, and the theme for that was masters. So we had to pick a painting master and then do some kind of fluid art that was inspired by that particular master. So I had chosen Klimt, and I have several other Klimt paintings. I think I would like to do a version of his most famous one, The Kiss, also incorporating some other forms of fluid art. And in this one I chose to do swiping and pearl cell technique. And so there you saw the consistency of my pearl cell mixture, and it was very, very thin. It's very milk-like. And here you see me putting my taped off canvas, kind of readying it for the pour. Now the terrible thing is I lost the footage for the actual pour itself, so you'll see the pour after it's been done here. Then what happened was, stupid me, I thought I had turned the camera on, which I had, and then when I went to go back to it, I actually turned the camera off for the pour. So sometimes that happens, we're all human, I apologize, but I'd like to do this kind of pearl cell technique again and pour it, and so I probably will for some other video. But as you can see here, there's my swipe, and I put some Australian Floetrol and Amsterdam titanium white on there with some blue and swiped across, so I was giving it more of a wave-like feeling. And you can see all those cells, those pearl cells popping up there, and there's a lot of pearl cells popping up on the bottom portion in that Venetian blue area. But it also did some really cool things with the gold. If you see, like, the swipes that have swiped through the gold have really created some really funky, cool, neat golden cells and lacing formations through there. And so I really was pleased with this, and I love the blues, how there's so many gradations of blue through here as well, and the kind of sweeping feeling that it has, which is definitely what I was going for, because when I show you part 2 of this painting, when I do the brushwork for the figures, hopefully the flow of these swipes and of the initial poured image will kind of give you that underwater feel that Klimt's actual Goldfish painting has. At least that's the game plan. So we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. So you'll have to stay in touch with me and get back with me to see, like, the part 2 of this, where I'll show you the brushwork when it's done. But and how I take off the tape and see if this idea of pouring over the taped off images worked pretty well to help incorporate the painted images, you know, the brushwork painted images in there. So coming up, I'm going to show you another swipe that I did with some blues and the titanium white, the Amsterdam formula. And I just felt like there was too much gold there in that section that you see, so I wanted to break it up a bit with some more blues and kind of swipe it and take it through there in an interesting way. And I love how you'll see this kind of close-up image, and you can already see, like, some of the white pearl cells popping up within the swipe. And I just love the kind of feathery look that the swipe has, and the gradations of those blue colors, how beautiful that is contrasted with the gold. Now this is our Monday night locomotion train of fluid art videos, and before me was Julie E at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and coming up after me is Angie Mason Fluid Art, and she will be premiering her live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by K&K Create, and they will have something great for you coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So please check everybody's videos out. I know it's going to be a fun evening of fluid art. Now, if you're finding this entertaining or interesting or informative, please like the video. And then when you do, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you'll be alerted when I upload new videos. And leave me a comment, because I love to hear from you. My head underwater. Now, as you can see, I love all the cells that this pearl cell reactive paint mixture created with these swipes. I love all the gold in there. Of course, we have to have the gold because it's Klimt, and he's known for his gold, and so I wanted to really have that kind of be highlighted within this. And I love all the lacing and the interesting cells and shapes that have come up from the swiping. I think it's really beautiful, and I love how these colors kind of have played together, and the beautiful blues and shades of blue that kind of lend themselves to that water-like feel. And so you'll have to stay tuned when it's dry and I unveil it. Like, I'm going to take the tape off from the taped off areas and show you kind of that, and then the process of me painting the figures, and then of course the finished piece. And so be on the lookout for that video coming up. I'm gonna now kind of do these in 2-part series. And again, I apologize for the lost footage of this pour, but I'm gonna try to do another pour with Tina Sacco's recipe for pearls. And so I hope that you've enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun to do. I love the richness of these colors and all the shapes that are through there. It turned out to be very beautiful swiping, and yeah, I'm really loving how this turns out. I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to be when it dries and I can take the tape off of the 2 different areas. The theme for our upcoming Friday Night with Friends lineup, I believe, is going to be abstract, and in that we're going to take other techniques other than just specifically fluid art techniques and try to put together some form of abstract artwork. So that ought to be interesting. Please tune in for that. My premiere for that will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this coming Friday. And just wanted to show you some more views of this swipe with Pearl Cell base paint. It turned out really lovely. I'm really pleased with it. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me in this 2-parter, and this of the first of the 2-parters for the Klimt Goldfish inspired reproduction. And I hope you have enjoyed your time with me. I've definitely enjoyed my time with you, and I can't wait to see you again for some more fun pouring together.